and sharing this space with me. And it's an honor to see you. Whether you're showing me your face or not is totally fine. I know some of you can't just with the technology. So however we are, you can see these names and you know that people are there, and sometimes there's more than one behind the name. And so just hold your hands up to the screen wherever you want to be. You can be in close or out. I just want you to just take a look at these boxes, if you're seeing them or not. Maybe you just have me on there. And send out your love, your presence, and receive back. Just maybe you can, I can actually feel vibrations in my hands. I believe it's coming from every single one of you. And I'm just going to send that back. Just tap into that, feel it. I can start to feel it in my solar plexus, right at the base where the ribs join. Just feel that, this loving energy that we are here in our own spaces. Yay, welcome. I'm just sending it out. And then just take this energy, like just as if you're bringing it in, bring it in and place your hand somewhere on your body. Maybe they cross, maybe they don't. Just bring it into your heart space. Just feel that you are supported, you are held. You know, it's a long, we're already in maybe 3 weeks, some of us, and if you're living alone, and even if you are, not someone who's lonely, you're comfortable in your solitude, it's a long time to not be with others. So this is the time to be with each other virtually and to be with yourself in a really deep connected way. To notice, your own self-talk patterns. Notice really how you are absorbing all of this. None of us are immune to it, even though we are all on this call. We are all doing pretty well, hopefully whatever you're dealing with your people. But, we all have a roof, we all have space, we all have hopefully food in the kitchen. And we know that, and there's that great blessing space for that. Just dropping into your own presence. Good. And then we're going to just Om from here. I'm going to open your breath a little bit, and then we'll Om together here. So as you are, lengthen yourself tall. As you exhale, gently bow your chin. Feel your presence here. The presence of those in our virtual yoga space. And then on your next inhale, take a full nice inhale in. You can lift your chin, breathe in right to the top. Pause, draw up from the earth, lift up through your belly, your perineum, the sides of your waist. Keep the shoulders soft, lift up from the inside, and then exhale, completely let everything go. Take a full normal breath, just feel what's starting to change. And then we'll do that 2 more times. Just going to change it a little bit. Take a full breath in right to the top. Pause. Lift up as much as you can. Suck up this beautiful earth energy. Soften your shoulders. Lift your heart. Take in more air. And then do the same. Lift up. Soften shoulders. Lift heart. Exhale. Let it all go. Normal breath in and out. We'll just do 1 more. We'll take it a little bit further. Inhale all the way. Pause. In your grounding, in your lifting, in your softening, in your lifting, take in more air. Soft, lift, find all of this, and then take in more air. And pause, and smile, and soften, lift. And let it go. Let it all go. Normal breath. Okay. And then just setting up for we're going to do 3 Oms. If you're in the practice space with somebody else, then you might go back to back, or even just, if you're with your beloved, just resting your hands on each other's thighs or something nice like that, just connecting some way, hold hands, so nice, whatever you're doing, just connecting with each other in your space as we connect with each other. So I said this the other day, I did a class with my teacher, she was Oming, and I could feel it in my throat box. So I hope you feel my Oms. They are for you, for us as a collective. And so exhale completely. Inhale fully. And inhale. And third one, inhale. As you finish, bow your chin. Release your hands to your thighs or the earth. Let your jaw go. Start to drop your head down. Just let it go. Feel as the head drops, maybe the shoulders can release a little bit. If your spine starts to go, that's fine. Feel that every exhalation is you're releasing down to the ground. Just letting your pelvic floor drop. Natural slouch maybe coming in and head just dropping. Just focus on letting the head hang heavy, and anything else that responds to let that happen. Maybe the back coming back a little bit, let that happen. And you just do 2 more breaths, inviting your chin to come towards your chest. Just letting it come down, whatever else is happening. And then just being here, wherever here is for you. You need to put your hands on the floor, do that. Like you're 5, defeated. Just let yourself release into this. And then we're gonna literally pick ourselves up. So stay exactly as you are. Take your hands together and bring your thumbs to the third eye space as we do. Support the middle of your forehead with the whole length of your thumbs. And then use the thumbs to literally lift the head up. So the hands are doing it. And when you get to a certain point where the head is up, now lift your heart up as if the heart is lifting. And then you'll just, once you get to wherever up is, reach your arms up. Feel free to separate them. If your eyes are closed, that's fine. Take the hands up to a comfortable place for you. If that's wider out, that's fine. Stretch your fingers, stretch your hands. Lift yourself up the same way we just dropped. Yes, you want to sway, do whatever you want to do. But feel yourself lifting up. We are in this potent energy of this full moon, this super moon, this pink moon. This is the flower moon. Inhale, reach. And then keep all that lift, my friend, as you release your hands down to the earth. And then here, as you touch the earth, I'm going to light my candle, create my sacred space. You stretch your legs out, do whatever you need to do. If you have a candle with you you'd like to light, then now is the time. I'm just going to move the camera in a little bit so we can do this together. And I've been using these matches, and this is Krishna and Radha. And they have a really beautiful story. But I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, they are the lovers. They're the lovers. And sacred partnership when they are able to be together, because Radha's actually married to somebody else, and it's a whole crazy story. But anyway, so for another day, I promise. So I'm going to take the match, light it, and today I'm using, to hold my candle, is my niece made me this in her pottery class. So she knows her aunt, and she sent them to me, so cute, from Atlanta. I'm going to light the candle, take the fires of transformation, said it very many times in these few weeks that we are in this powerful, powerful portal of transformation. Nothing shall ever be the same. So taking your eyes to look at the flame, or bringing your hands up and, imagining you're just warming yourself in these fires of transformation. You are receiving them, because here we are. We don't have a choice. Yeah. Things are changing. Radical transformation. So beautiful. The powers of the fire contained. Give us heat, give us light, give us energy. Let us cook our food. But fire uncontrolled will bring complete transformation to whatever it touches. So I know some of you have a stick of Palo Santo or something with you. So this is just a way of cleansing our energy. Moving your hands around your body will do this, pretty much the same kind of thing. We just refresh our energy. So incorporating the earth and the wood, the water and the vapor, and the air in the combustion that's occurring. So I send this out to you. And I just look at each of your little names here and your people faces, and imagine that we are here together. And I honor you deeply, committing to your practice. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Oh, wow, we're getting so much today. That's really something. Okay, I'm just going to place this down in a place where maybe you can still see this. Okay, and then I'm going to choose a tarot card. Like I said, these are all things I do before you guys come into class, generally. And I think about who's coming to class. Now I don't have to think, I could actually see you. And this is my moon deck. Oh, did I just mix it up? No, this is my moon deck. And it's created by a yoga teacher in California. So the moon deck. And we are in this full super moon tonight. We might see it, I don't know. It was sunny a moment ago. So as I shuffle my deck, I'll let you just, relax your eyes. Focus on, something maybe that's in your heart right now, or just sending your energy there. And I'm just going to choose a card for us. Oh, I love this card. I often get this card. So there's that. Isn't that incredible? They all have different moon phases, but this one is the full moon. And she's dancing with that full moon. And the message is, I am ready. Thank you. I am ready. Thank you. I am ready. Thank you. So I don't know, some of you might have your journal by you if you want to write that down. I am ready. Thank you. That's a great mantra. I am ready. Thank you. Yeah, actually, I'm going to leave that card out and as a reminder too, and bring it into practice today. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is bring in my essential oils. If you have any, this is just a little roll-on I made. I talked about this in class the other day. I just buy these at Community Health, and I put in some stones and sea glass from Cottage Time. And I'm a big fan of sesame oil. If you're not allergic, it's good for all skin types. I put it everywhere on my face many times a day. And then into the sesame oil, I put into here some clary sage, which is great for grounding, some cedar oil, some geranium, and some frankincense. So, okay, great, all right. So let's stay sitting for a moment. And before we do, let's talk about props. So we are gonna do some supported bridge pose. And so if you have blocks at home, groovy, you'll use your blocks. And we're gonna use 2 blocks, I believe, for most of you here. So I have them on the mama bear side, right? I say, oh, this baby bear, mama bear, papa bear. So I have them both on baby bear. And if you don't have blocks and you have some thick blankets, I'm going to show you how to quickly make a little bolster-like thing for yourself. So I take 2 blankets, and you're going to take care in folding them, not like I'm doing here, just so that you don't have any wrinkles. Oh, this is his blanket. Okay, I'll give it to you in a minute. And then once you have them one on top of the other, you're just gonna roll them up so it'll make a nice thick bolster-like thing. So I want you to be able to lift your hips higher than you would just on a blanket square. So something like that. And then you can always readjust. Okay, Pete, here's your blankets. Okay, then you can come into your seat. Let's just start sitting. So if you need to gather your props, do that. We're just gonna open the heart a little bit. So we often sit like this, fingers pointing to the hips. Maybe you take your hands back a little bit more than you normally would. And then just move your chest front to back or your shoulders side to side, just really small. It doesn't need to be big, you know, you're a little bit wider. So just feeling what that is. And if you can just work your edge a little bit. So I'm just opening my chest and I'll also rock the shoulders a little bit here. Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to try and go a little deeper. So I'm going to start by lifting the chest, walk the hands back a little more. Oh, I'm getting some wrists. If you need to turn your hands out, do that. And then I'll just play a little bit here in this wider space. I'm just kind of feeling into all of those restrictions. Now I'm starting to roll my shoulders. So you dance here, just whatever it is. You know, you can bend your elbows more. A lot of space to access. Just feel in and out. Okay, and then I'm gonna stay with my hands this far apart, spreading my fingers, anchor my hands, and then I'm just gonna lift the chest and walk your hands in if you need to, and separate the feet apart, and then we're just gonna rock the knees side to side. Yeah, so Sadie, this is Sadie, she's almost 3 weeks pregnant. I'm gonna have puppies first week in June. So excited. Yes, baby, we're all excited. Good. Nice. And then just, good. Okay, so we'll do one more on each side. And then just start to bring your feet back, walk your hands back, stretch your legs out if that's comfortable, or sit cross-legged. Good, and then just take your hands in front of you, roll your wrists. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna lift my chest, lift myself tall. You need to bend your knees, that's fine. And then start to roll your wrists the opposite way. Good, now dance these hands keep moving your wrists and dance your hands all the way up over your head. And then let your fingers reach up, anchor your sit bones down. If you're comfortable here to anchor your thighs, lift, 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 lift. Okay, and then I'm going to take one hand to the floor, your favorite one, reach the other arm up and crescent over to that side. Yeah, and now floss. So you can look down and stretch your hand in front of you, and then you look up, take the arm behind you, maybe you even take it far behind you. And you're almost doing this like semi-circling. Okay, now I'm sitting with the legs out. I know that's not comfortable for everyone. So, you know, stick a blanket underneath your hips or change the position of your legs. You know, I feel like when we have the legs down, even if you imagine yourself in legs up the wall here, it's all about grounding. How many body parts can touch the ground? Good. Okay, let this be your last one, and then take this hand down so you have both hands to the outside of your leg. Okay, I'm going to start to walk the hands behind a little bit, like see if I can twist. Push the floor away, look over your shoulder, and then I'm going to push the floor forward with my hands so that the belly comes in. And then I'm like, oh, so constricted, I can breathe into that. Soften. So if your breath feels challenged, you're doing it right. Take one more breath. And then we'll release the hands back. Take the hands behind your back. Open your chest. Okay, I have my legs stretched out. I'm going to push out through, like she ground her heels into the ground. I've been saying this in class a lot. Push your heels down and then push out through the big toe mound of your foot. Okay, and then you really anchor your feet and look at them. Pull the baby toe edge of your foot up. So then you anchor, heels down, big toe mound pushes forward. I pull the baby toe edge, and then I spread my toes. Now, as I do that, you can maybe see that I'm almost like in a Barbie foot. You know, so it's almost like this pointed toe flexed, pointed foot flexed toes. Really anchor. You're breathing, right? Good. Okay, take one more breath with all of this integrity. Anchor your sit bones. your legs, lift up. Okay, if you can reach up, dance your wrists, because it's always good practice. Just moving them up, and then you reach up. Okay, I still have my legs, my feet really engaged, anchoring out, lifting up. Lift up from the perineum. Breathe. If you need to soften anything, do that. And then as you exhale, take the other hand down, lengthen up, and then crescent over a second side. And just be here. Connect with the hand on the floor. Your legs, if you need to let them go or wiggle them around, do that. And then we're going to start to floss. So you'll turn to face the floor, reach your arm away. And then as you inhale, you take it up. You open wherever it's going to go. Notice any movement in your legs. That's just natural. When we move the hips, if you're moving your hips, your legs are going to move. It's always fun to kind of be curious into what's happening. So feel free to move your arm in any way that feels good here. If you want to kind of do a half circle, moving with your breath, stretching your fingers. Good. And we'll do last one. This time as your arm comes down to the floor, both hands are on the same side. You lift yourself tall, and then start to walk your hands behind you. I'm just going to flip sides. Walk your hands as far as they're going to go. It's all good. Then I use the hands. I push down and away. I'm turning the belly, the head, and I want to find that place where I feel so restricted in my breath that I can still breathe, I can soften around it. Maybe there's room to twist even like a micromillimeter more. And then we'll inhale and exhale, release. I'm going to stay with the legs out. Do whatever you need to do. You can move your feet in and out. Okay, take your hands behind you again as we take the wrists. Spread your fingers. Open your shoulders. If you want to bend your elbows, that's fine. It kind of gives you room to, oh, I can really arch my back. Now I'm stretching through my heels. I'm anchoring them. Pushing the big toe ball of the foot forward. Pulling the baby toe edge of the foot back towards my hips or the outer hip. And then spread your toes. Okay, anchor your heels down. Lift. Good. Inhale. And exhale, we're just going to round. Let your shoulders come forward, your back come in, your chin drop. Release your breath, release your chin. Good. And then inhale and just bring yourself up. Good. Take the hands off the floor and move them around. Good. Okay, I'm going to take you up and over. So we're just going to do one downward dog. And so maybe you'll do it this way, where you bring your legs in to cross-legged, and then you can lift yourself up and over, hands down, legs untucked, and then take it back. And let's open your legs wide in your downward dog. And feel free to lift and lower your heels, rock your hips, bend your knees. Just explore anything here. Let your head go. Feel you're upside down. And I'm going to start to turn my heels out like I'm pigeon toeing and rock my hips a little bit into that if that is okay for you. Be curious. Good. Okay, we're going to take this to a forward fold. And, you know, we did this yesterday's class. I don't know what happened. I was just feeling playful. But you can lift your heels up. If you feel like giving a little jump, I'm going to bend your knees. And I'm going to jump my feet kind of behind my hands. Oh, I saw that. That was awesome. And then, yeah, and then just drop into your forward fold here. Your legs can be wider apart than you normally do. You can have your knees bent. Drop your head. Okay, if you're in a place where your hands can come off the floor, you can interlace them behind your head. Just kind of gently, without really pulling or anything, you're just supporting. Okay, send the weight more into the heels. So that might mean bending your knees more and shifting your hips back. Breathe. In through your nose, maybe out through your mouth. Good. And then release your hands to the floor. Good. Okay, we're going to step the right foot all the way to the back. And you're going to turn your left foot so that the toes are pointing out to the left. You can put your knee down if you like. You're going to turn the right hand out and take the left arm and reach it up. Then as I do this, I'm going to turn the right foot onto the baby toe edge. And then your left foot might walk back. You know, you kind of see. Don't let your hips sink. Lift them up. So you power through the outer edge of your foot. Wherever you need to put that left foot is fine. Take one more breath. Okay, now you either come down or I'm going to take it to full Vashisthasana. So I'm going to stack the legs. You don't have to do this. You can come down and just breathe. But if you're with me, we take one more breath. And then we're going to come back into downward dog or child's pose. Either one. Breathe. Getting it into your body as quick as we can. We're going to come down. Okay, so I'm going to do that second side. I'm just going to turn. You guys are going to step your left foot forward and to the outside of your left arm, just wherever it goes. It could go like way back here. Wherever it goes. Turn the toes out. Yeah, now turn your left hand. And you're going to turn your left leg so you're on the baby toe edge. Walk your right foot wherever you need it to be. Then lift your right arm up. Lift your hips. Be strong. Smile like you love it. Strong in that extended leg. Yeah, strong in your arms. Breathe. Okay, now you stay here or you come out or you walk that right foot until you can get right on top of left. You breathe. You smile. You don't even have to do this. Take one more breath. Okay, then we're going to come back and we're all going to come to lie down on your tummy. Hand over hand. Open your legs apart nice and wide. Tuck your little toes under and rest your head on your hands. Maybe you've turned your head or the forehead's there. It's all good. Feel your heartbeat. And then feel yourself connecting to the earth. Let go. I surrender. I am ready. Thank you. Take one more breath. And stay as you are. Just bend your knees so the shins are up and your feet are pointing to the sky. And start to roll your ankles. If you're drawing full moon. And then reverse. Yes. And then we're going to add a windshield wiper. So you don't have to keep rolling your ankles, but if you can, as you windshield wiper, you know, that's not a bad thing. A bit of brain gym. And these windshield wipers might turn into like circles. So you can just keep rocking side to side, or maybe you start to circle your shins. And you feel yourself rolling from one hip to the other. Yeah, if you're circling, reverse. Yes. And if you're going side to side, it's awesome. Keep going. Good. And then coming to center, we're going to keep the knees wide apart. You're just going to touch your feet together like you're doing almost child's pose here. So the knees are still bent. You can touch your feet together. They can just drop in wherever they want to go. Feel your breath. And with your legs like this, we change our gravity a little bit. Release your low back. Like let it go. Okay, I'm going to come to baby cobra. We're going to keep the legs like this. If you need to straighten them, that's fine. So you just take your hands underneath your shoulders. Just touch the floor, but you're going to take your hands up off the floor. Lift your shoulders up. Draw your belly in. Lift the head, back of the head, the chest. The hands up off the floor. Press your soles of your feet together. Look down. Stretch your fingers. Some of you might lift your thighs here. Breathe. Breathe. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, elbows in, breathe. And exhale, release yourself all the way down, stretch your legs out, tuck your toes under. And with the toes tucked under, just rock the heels side to side. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to do one more back bend. I might do two more. Maybe three. Okay, so keep your head on the floor, but bring your arms down by your sides with the backs of the hands on the floor, forehead on the floor. Just let your shoulders soften. Release your belly, take a breath in and out. You're just lying on your belly. Okay, start to now just with, maybe you've not let the, like tuck your toes back under if they're not. Push the heels away. And then as if the toes are pulling the floor towards the front of your hips. Just feel that. Then anchor the backs of the hands to the floor. Spread the fingers. Lift your shoulders, draw your belly in, lift your head, lift your heart, lift your legs up off the floor, point your feet if you wish. Be here, breathe. And then the last thing to do is to float the hands up like you're flying. Okay, lift your shoulders, fronts of your shoulders, lift them up, belly in. Bring your back of your head in line with your spine, breathe. Stretch your fingers, stretch your toes, fly, maybe you can come up a little higher. And then exhale, release, backs of the hands to the floor, put your right cheek on the floor. Feel your heartbeat. Breathe. Okay, we're gonna do that one again. And this time you can keep your hands where they are. If you want to interlace them behind your back, you can do that. So we'll lift the head up, look at the floor, put your forehead down, and then either move in as you are or take your hands behind your back, interlace. You can stretch your arms long if that's there. Lift your shoulders, that's really what it's about. And then you lift the legs, the head, the chest, maybe the arms. And you keep looking down at the floor. Stretch your toes. Smile. Receive, receive, receive. You can even open your legs wider if you wish. Good. 2 more breaths. Like you love it. Snuggle the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, release, backs of the hands, left cheek to the floor. Receive all that goodness. Feel your breath. Noisy exhales are awesome. Use them. Good. Okay. We're going to release all of that good back work with the child's pose. So if you wish, you take your hands under your shoulders, bend your knees, bring the big toes to touch. And then from here, I anchor the knees down until my tush comes up. And I draw the belly in, press down, try and come up like one big push up. And then roll over your knees and come back. Okay, be here in your breath if you need to pad up or whatever you need to do. Maybe you can bring the knees in a little bit closer together. Yes. Okay, feel into your hands a little cat-cow. So even if your head is down, I'm lifting mine just so you can hear me. But just push and pull the floor and maybe push the floor, draw your belly back into like a cat, child's pose. So you're almost pressing right into the back. And then once you're there, then soften into that shape. Soften your glutes. Breathe into your back. Okay. Take one breath in. Breathe out. And just walk your hands back, and I'm just going to sit on the heels for a moment. And you might be here. I feel all this good back work and heart opening we've been doing is taking us to camel pose. So, this is entirely up to you. I'm just going to teach it first, and you can watch. And then after you've seen that, then we'll come in. So I'm going to come in. I tuck my toes. I'm going to take my hands. So you can just watch first. I'll take my hands to the small of my back. And I actually stick my butt out. And when I do that, it takes the thighs back. I lift the belly. And then I take the shoulders back like I'm doing Cobra. Lift up and over. And this might be it. Or maybe it's even one hand down. You'll switch or both hands. Then you open. Okay, so wherever it is. Or you can just watch. So if you're with me, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, take your hands to the small of your back, and then bring the shoulder blades together. You know, open your heart. Inhale. Now as you exhale, just stick your butt back. So you almost come forward a little bit. Then you lift the belly, anchor, and as you inhale, it's just a whoosh up and over. Now as I come forward, I'm pushing my hips into my hands. Then I'm going to take one hand, switch, both hands, and open. Wherever you are, breathe. I bring the shoulder blades together. I'm not dropping my head back. My chin is to my chest. You can drop your head if you're practiced. Take one more breath. And then come out. Sit however you like. Okay, this is a big heart opening. If you're holding a lot of stuff here, shit's got to come out. So this pose is like, you know, it sometimes can bring out emotions. I said often in class that, you know, when I first started doing yoga, when the teacher would say cobra, or would say that pose we just did, bleh, I would leave the room or I would lie down. Like it was too hard. So I honor your practice. Okay, we're gonna bring ourselves onto your back and you're gonna have your blocks or your homemade roll or something there. If you like something under your head, you wanna put a blanket down, make it nice. Hey, honey. Good. Okay, and as you come down, good. I'm just gonna show this. Whatever you're using, you walk the feet in, lift your hips. Okay, so you're gonna start with one. See how that is. And you might stay with one for a little bit, or you might go two. You could go three. Like I can go higher, I know I can. So we're just gonna come higher here onto this. So we're gonna stay here for about at least, I'm gonna say 5 minutes. We'll see how it goes. So make it comfortable for yourself. So if the blanket is more comfortable, that's fine. Okay, as you come in, if your shoulders feel like, you know, it's too much, then you might just kind of gently rock yourself like side to side just a little bit, just kind of unstick your shoulders. Even as you come in, you can anchor your hands, lift your hips a little higher, and then put them back down on your prop. Okay, as we're setting up here, once I'm in it, what I love is to release the low back. Sorry, Sadie's gonna pop for a minute. And then, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. And then you can start to move your knees a little bit, side to side. Windshield wiper, just feel what that is for you. And then the other thing I like to do is to press one knee forward and then the other one forward. It's not a big movement. Okay, just whatever feels good. So just kind of move around a little bit, and then if you want, you know, yeah, okay. So I know we like to lift our legs and do all that. Do a little bit of that now, but then rest with your feet on the floor. Okay, so whatever you're doing, do that. Maybe count out another 5. If you need 10 breaths moving, that's fine. So one of my beloved teachers, his name is Mark Holtzman. He lives in New York and London, in Paris, sorry. Not that it matters. So he just recovered from COVID-19, and today he put out a little thing of things that he did. And he said this pose, which is one of my favorites, and I know I'm not alone here, you know, helps to kind of send the energy into the lungs, soften the back of the heart, back of the head, to be in an upside down position. He said he did this every day, and it was very healing for his lungs. So just feel yourself melt into the support of the floor and the block. Okay, if it feels like uncomfortable and you need to adjust, then honor yourself. And if you think you can go a little higher, then do that. And I'm going to slip into the pose with you. Okay, whenever, if you feel you need to come out before I say it, then you do that. Give yourself permission to be where you need to be. So if you do need to come out, then come out, but slip a little blanket under your hips so you still have a little lift, even if you come off this higher place. Okay, just feeling into the shape of the pose. And imagining, you don't have to open your eyes, but that if you did, your gaze would be into your own heart. And that can be very, very nourishing, healing. As you stay in, the body starts to respond. Just by anchoring your feet to the floor and gently pushing the floor away a little bit. So you add a little bit of, energetics. And then softening more into the heart. And then you might soften the legs again, the feet, just conscious to your breath. Really releasing your third eye, your jaw.
I'm waiting on some files from Dutchie, who will make my life a lot easier. So I'm hoping to have by the end of the week the majority of it.
And just notice any place you're still holding any tension. Shoulders, your eyes.
So Dutchie basically
dropping your breath. The belly, any part that's draping over the block, let it be heavier.
Oh, Dutchie is the new Click and Collect.
Okay, one more breath in and out. Okay, and then not letting the hips come all the way down, but just starting to decrease the height. So if you're on 2 blocks or your blanket roll, maybe you can unroll it. Just take the height down a little bit to a different place, and then be in that less height. If you need to move your knees, rock your hips, and then come back in to just dropping in. Just feeling the freedom and the change. Feeling your breath, hearing your breath. Soften your jaw. Let's just take 2 more breaths as you are. And then you'll lift your hips up, take out your support, and come all the way down to the floor. And then if you want to separate your feet, drop the knees together or extend your legs. I know you might feel like you want a windshield wiper. Let's just be in stillness for a few moments. Just focusing on how grounded you feel, connected. Okay, taking your hands up to your third eye and just Even just pressing into your third eye or massaging from the center to the outside of the temples of your forehead or tapping. Tapping is really a healing thing. So whatever it is, connecting, touching your third eye, your forehead, and then taking the hands down, giving yourself that ear massage we've been doing, where you just massage your earlobes, the tops of the ears, the side, you pull. And then taking your hands and just massaging the back of your neck, your shoulders, any place here. And then even maybe the front of your throat. And then we're going to take the hands to your belly. So you just take them down to the belly and just moving your hands, you know, up and down or out to from the center out, just connecting your sacred touch. And then you'll let the hands come to the thighs, separate your knees, bring your knees into your chest. And then bring them in, rock a little bit side to side. We're going to circle the knees. So you might move your hands, palms to the kneecaps and circle, just moving your knees. Notice what the rest of you that wants to move, and you can keep this in the knees moving. You almost trace this triangle shape on your low back. Circle the knees the opposite direction. Good. And then just hug your knees into your chest. Take your hands maybe to the center of your shins. You can let your feet relax. And as you hug the knees in, let your shoulders drop, jaw drop. Pull your chin in a little bit down. And then as you hug the knees in, you kind of soften your glutes, your breath. And as you hug them in, you notice effort in your hands. Feel your breath into the back. Good. And then kind of release your hands. You can let your feet come all the way down. What I want to do now is put the hands, palms facing down underneath the sacrum. So you lift your hips, and as the hands come down, they might have your thumb and your index finger might touch. And then let your hips settle on your hands. If they come apart, that's fine. Bring the knees back in. And just going to rock a little bit side to side. Just feel your bones or whatever fleshy stuff. You can walk your hands out or make them more comfortable. Bring them in, whatever you need to do. If it's not comfortable, take them out, throw a blanket in. And then bring the knees into your chest. And I'm going to keep the knees in and just take the legs up. So my thighs are resting right on my chest, but if that's not happening for you, that's fine. Just have your legs elevated, hands grounded. Soften your shoulders, your glutes. This is just almost like a resting pose. Let's see if you can just soften whatever you can here. If you want to move a little bit here, explore space, then it's always nice to be curious. Good. Okay. So you might stay here. You can move your toes, but I'm going to take this into rocking front to back. So if this is okay for you, you kind of lift your hips, take your hands out. You can bring your arms down by your sides, but away from the body slightly. And then you can just start to kind of push the feet down. See if you can lift your hips up a little bit off the floor. And you might take your feet right over your head if that's there for you. But I'm also going to just rock up to sitting. And I'm going to balance here, so I'm going to do it really slow. So whatever works, just massaging your spine, and you make it your own. It can be really small. I just want to feel like I'm just moving my spine. Whatever works for you is perfect and exactly what you need. And okay, and then we'll just bring it to just resting on your back. Your feet come down. You can, maybe if you want to bring the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, you have a prop there. You can do that, or you can have the feet on the floor, knees together, or legs stretched out. I'm going to put my hands back on the belly area, spreading the fingers, just dropping into this breath. However you have your legs, if you have the soles of the feet together, fine. You could also do cross-legged. Just feel yourself here. And, okay, drop in. You need to cover your eyes to help yourself drop in. You can throw something over your eyes or just place your palms over your eyes, whatever you need. Take one more breath. Then we're going to go into a twist before we move into Shavasana. So if your legs are extended, bringing them up, soles of the feet on the floor. I'm going to walk the feet together. I'm going to lift the right leg up and then cross the right knee over the left. And then anchor the left foot down, lift your hips, shift them over to the left, and then drop your knees to the right. Then you can use your props. You can separate the knees apart. You can drop yourself into regular twist if you want, put the left knee on top, whatever works. This is a little bit of a deeper twist for those of you who like that. Okay, so as you're here, if you want a little bit more, you have the right leg over the left. I'm going to draw that right foot towards the left shin. And I'm actually pressing it down. And then you can open your arms out to the side. You can turn your head. So you can make this really active, or you can make it very passive. And let's take one more breath. Good. And then we'll release. You bring yourself back onto your back, readjust your hips. Set both feet on the floor, and then you'll extend the left leg up. Cross the left knee over the right. When you anchor the right foot, lift your hips up. Shift the hips over to the right, and then drop your knees over to the left. Good. And then be here, readjust it, make it less, make it more. And again, you can press that foot down towards the shin if that works, or you could just be. And take one more breath. And then find your way back onto your back. We're going to move into Shavasana, but if there's anything you need, you want to do a happy baby, or one ankle crossed over the knee and hug it in, that's fine too. Whatever you'd like to do before you move into your Shavasana is great. And just setting yourself up nice. Yeah, whatever you'd like. This is time on your mat, sacred time. And then feel like I'm here to hold space for you. So whatever you'd like to do, you want to do legs up the wall, legs on the couch. You want to lie on your belly. Like if you have a lot going on right now, feeling a lot of stress, sometimes lying on your back can be a little too open. Or you can even lie on your side if you wish. So offering yourself your own sacred medicine, covering yourself, really important. Something under your head, your soul, your heels, an eye pillow. If you're wearing a headband, I've been saying in class, I've been covering my head every day, and I feel like just kind of harnessing my own energy a little bit and not letting things just be so open to receive all of this stuff that's floating around right now on a global level. So if you're wearing your headband, you can pull it over your eyes. And then as you start to settle, if you're getting into a bath on a cold night, feel your breath. Gently releasing. Just feeling your tender heart dropping. And that's here. Feel free to take your hands and place them anywhere that needs a little bit of your own touch. Noticing any tension in your jaw, your third eye. Your heart. Your shoulders. Just feeling this slide down your awareness as you gently and lovingly release each part of you. I am ready. Thank you. Your mind is very busy. I'm going to give you simple mantra. These are 2 words. As you inhale, you think the word I am or I. Actually, no. As you inhale, think the word hum. And as you breathe out, think the word sa. Hum, sa.
Nothing requires anything at the moment for me. Just going on
Just noticing anything that's arising, like the ocean, bringing that into your breath. Releasing anything you can here in your restful state. Hamsa. Hamsa. I'm just going to honor this restful time. Just taking your attention to your hands wherever they are. And starting to move your fingers really mindfully. And you're just gonna pump your hands a little bit. So maybe as you inhale, you bring them into a closed fist, not super tight. And as you exhale, you open it up. Just do that maybe 3 times. Just feeling you're almost moving that energy in your hands. Maybe you can actually feel it, drawing the fingers in and opening them out. And then with that awareness, maybe you can even feel heat in your palms. Bring these hands and just rest them somewhere under your blanket, on your body. Anywhere that you feel called to place them is the right place. And just feeling that heat energy, and you breathe it in and out and you receive it. And then you'll take your hands up and maybe you'll rub the palms together, or you're just going to place them over your eyes. So you can go straight to the eyes, or you can rub the palms first and then seal your eyelids. Let your eyes be in the darkness of this great unknown, unseen, ever present. Drop your eyes into this. Almost as if the galaxy, the universe is right in front of you, which is the great unknown. And then from here, if you wish to take your arms, you can reach them over your head. And as you start to move your toes and your ankles, you might dance your wrists, move your fingers, and lengthen yourself, stretch in any way that feels nice. When you're ready, you'll bend your knees. With the feet on the floor, you might want a windshield wiper. You might want to hug the knees in. You might want to lift your hips. Like, there's so many things to do before you roll over to your side. And so be with that, whatever that is. And then we'll just come up to seated, and don't rush it. Like, you'll know when it's time. And really honor your rest. And you've taken the time to create your sacred space and to get on your mat and figure out Zoom and all of that. So really honor everything that's here. And just take your time. Once you're here, I'm going to give you Fearless Heart Mudra. And some of you know this. It's a big one. You'll just modify as you need to. And so I'm just going to talk it through. And if you're still in your rest, just moving, it's all fine. Take your time and I'll do it again. And we take the hands just to face each other, and you're going to cross your right wrist over the left. Then we touch the pinky pads together. You leave the ring fingers free, touch the middle pads together, and then the index pads together. So we have everything touching except the ring finger and the thumb. And we bring the thumb to rest on the nail of the ring finger, and you bring it into your heart. If you take a quick little look, never seen a real heart in real life, but kind of reminds me, if you look at it, you know your heart. You hold it here in front of your heart. We let the energy flow in, flow out. We have this circle to remind us, of the circle of life and the cycles of life. And, even today, the cycles of the moon. 28 days, we're going to have another full moon. 28 days in the moon cycle, 28 days in a woman's cycle. So whether you're bleeding or not, you still are tied to the cycles of the moon. Okay, so I'm just going to go over this mudra again if you're just getting here. The right wrist crosses over the left, and then you touch the pinky pads together, the middle fingers, the index fingers. The thumb and the ring finger create a circle. So you make this whatever you need to. Lift your heart into your hands. So lift up, bow your chin, breathe. Okay, you're going to stay like that. Some of you are just getting here. It's all good. I just have my other little goddess cards here. I'm just going to shuffle. I'm going to receive your open-hearted energy. And we're going to receive the messages that are gifted to us by the cards. Okay. It's feeling in. Okay. So here's the card. It says, life is a divine dance. Are you moving with or against the music? Well, that is timely because we are all moving with the music, hopefully right now, just doing what we need to do. Life is a divine dance. Are you moving with or against the music? Okay, even though this is hard times for some of us, most of us, whatever it is, good times, we are of the blessed. And just feel that great gratitude. And then you can release the mudra. You'll bring your hands together and just notice, you know, how you can really feel the ring fingers pressed together, the thumbs pressed together. The ring finger is deeply tied to the heart. It's connected to the heart. That's why we wear our wedding bands there, deeply tied. Your thumbs are the earth mudra, earth chakra, our grounding. So feel yourself grounded and open-hearted. And this is really what we need to cultivate, compassionate kindness for yourself, for the ones you know you're spending a lot of time with. Compassionate kindness, deep love. And the ones who are not with you, we'll just send that out, and we'll send it out with our mantra today. So inhale to grow tall, and then release your breath completely. And we'll inhale to begin. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease, and may we be healthy. May we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om together. Full breath in. As you finish, bowing your chin, feel your breath on your hands. Take a full breath in. Breathe it into your hands. Catch your breath, lift your chin, open your eyes, even if I can't see you. I know you're there. Just send this energy out. Send it out. We send it out to each other. We send it out beyond, wherever it needs to go. Send it, send it, send it. Yes. And with great honoring, I honor you for being here and doing your practice. You know, it's so easy to not. It's all good and good for you. And whatever you did is awesome work. Yay. And I love you. I love you. I'm sending my flowing love into each one of you. Thank you so much, you guys. And have a great rest of your day. And so we're not here tomorrow, but we'll hear Thursday at 6. So I hope that works. And if so, I'll see you soon. And Caroline, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Very nice. Everybody, thank you. Bye, Robin. Your puppy's adorable. Paula, your kids are adorable. Lindsay, you're adorable. We'll see you.
Joe, are we going to do Friday?
Yeah, have a great day tomorrow and be well. Good. Who else am I missing? Carol and David and Sally and Grant and Deb and Lynn and Jay, Mary Jane. Goodbye, guys. Have a great rest of the day.
Joe?
Yeah.
Are we going to do Good Friday?
You know, I thought about it and I'm here. So yeah, I'm going to do it. How is it? Are you going to be here? Yeah, I guess so, right? Like, it's like, there are weird times.
I know, I wasn't sure, but I thought it might be fun.
Yeah, let's do it, you know, and Passover starts tomorrow too. And we're going to just do it. And, you know, I was going to say something about that because it's really interesting. It was all resurrection. This is the time of resurrection. And even Passover is about resurrection. And then we have Ramadan at the end of the month, which is all about reconnection to the spirit world, to your body. And this is a really interesting time we're in, you guys. Interesting time right here, right now. So thank you for sharing with me.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Yeah, bye, Paula.
Bye.
Your kids are hilarious.
They love you. They love
Oh
you.
yeah, the woman in the screen.
Oren wanted to show you his cards too. When you started pulling your cards, he's like, "Hey, I have those."
Yay! Well, pull away.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Joe. We gotta go. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, honey. Thank you for coming to yoga.
You're welcome.